All right, guys. It's Monday Night Football, Week 16. We got the Patriots and the Bills tonight. But before we get into that, we need to talk about yesterday. We need to talk about this weekend in general. Yesterday, not great. 5-6 on our straight-up picks and 0-1 on my lock, which was Eagles -3. That team is a sad sack, and they did what they do best. Got people's hopes up, got us to buy in, and then they just dashed them. Now, the rest of the crew was not so unlucky with their locks. Sean and Steve both hit their locks. Sean had the over in the Steelers game, and Steve had the Bears to cover. They both took care of business. I, of course, had the Eagles to cover -3, and they lost by 20 points. Not good. Since we started doing the entire group with our locks, Chris is 2-1. Steve has come up to 2-3. Sean is 5-2. That's right, 5-2, and I'm alone in the basement of 1-4. It is not good. For the year since we started making these videos, I have fallen to 15-16 on my locks. We were on a hell of a run, and you know what? All you can say at a time like this, no one ever won by quitting. Sometimes you need to fade yourself and not be afraid to get hot, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to start to fade myself a little bit more, which is necessary, and I am not afraid to get hot. I'm not afraid at all. I am ready to get hot tonight, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to jump into this right now with Shawnee Sizzle, who has been on fire. His can't-miss parlay hit yesterday. One of the very few bets that I won. I was very pleased with that. He is going to start us out with some same-game parlays. Now, he's got about a dozen of them in today, but I'm going to pick my two favorite, and then he has another multi-sport parlay tonight that he assures me cannot miss also. Let's go same-game parlay number one. This is the one I like the best from him. Bills money line, Cam Newton and Josh Allen, both anytime touchdown scorers, and Stephon Diggs over 88.5 yards. Cam is maybe the only person on the Patriots that you can trust to score week in and week out. Josh Allen has been on fire. Stephon Diggs has been on fire. Allen loves Diggs. I like this a lot. The Patriots stink too. This game, the Bills have this game. I have not even given one shred of energy to thinking the Patriots can win this game. I love that one. Number two that I like from him, Bills money line, Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen anytime scores. You know I love that. And Cam over 40.5 rushing yards. Sean is in love with Cam Newton rushing tonight. He loves it. He's got another 5 or 6 of these same game parlays, and they all include Cam Newton rushing. His multi-sport parlay that we have tonight, that, again, he assures me cannot miss. I actually do really like this. Bills money line, I told you I love that. Nets Grizzlies under. Right now that number's at 226, which he is still in on. He was lucky enough to get this at 233 before they announced KD and Kyrie were not playing. He still loves under 226. And here's this, Gonzaga -40.5 against Northern Arizona. He loves it. He loves it. Now, let me tell you this about the NBA. What you need to be careful of, you have to hold off on these bets until close to game time. The league said they were going to be stricter about resting stars this year. So far, that's not been the case. And on the second game in a back-to-back, the stars have not been playing. Embiid last night, I gave you that Sixers pick. And had I known Embiid wasn't playing, I would not have bet on the Sixers last night. But hindsight is 2020. The season just started. We're learning the quirks of the season as we go. And one of the biggest things I can tell you is wait until as close to game time as you can so that you know the full roster is going to be playing. If they're sitting stars, obviously that changes things. KD and Kyrie not playing tonight, that changes things drastically. Getting that under at 233 is a beautiful thing for Sean. But even 226, I actually like that. Stevie Player Props has given us a monster 9-legger, same game parlay tonight. Bills money line. Josh Allen, Dawson Knox, anytime touchdowns. Bills second quarter money line, Bills fourth quarter money line, and Keel Harry under 23.5 yards receiving. Demir Bird under 37.5 yards receiving. Bills first half money line, and Cole Beasley over 51.5 yards receiving. This one is a little bit of a monster. I do kind of like it though. I mean, it seems very plausible. I'm maybe not as in tune as I should be to the Patriots receivers, other than the fact that they're not very good. So going under on them might be the right play here. I've got a couple same game parlays myself. I've got one that's a little on the safer side, I should say. I got one that's a little bit of a long shot. I got a couple props that I like too. Again, a long shot prop and a little safer prop. And I got some bonus NBA stuff. My safe pick, safe same game parlay for tonight. Bills minus 7.5. I think they cover this easy. I think that line's actually down to 7 right now, which is even better. Under 47.5 points total. I don't think that the Patriots are going to get in the end zone very often. We've seen it time in, time out. They don't score a lot of points. I think that this could end up being, I don't know, 28-10, something like that. Stephon Diggs, anytime touchdown score. Dawson Knox over 25.5 yards receiving. Don't ask me why. I got a feeling about Dawson Knox tonight. I really like him. Now my long shot. Bills minus 7.5, under 47.5. Sticking with that. Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen both anytime. Bills defense / special teams first touchdown tonight. I can see a strip sack, a pick six, something like that. Patriots get the ball and the Bills take advantage. That's why that's a long shot, guys. And Stephon Diggs over 83.5 yards receiving. I think he's going to have a big night tonight. These props that I like, the long shot prop. Now, you give me plus 10,000 on something, I'm going to want to put a couple bucks on it. Gunnar Olszewski, special teamer, third, fourth string receiver, something like that for the Patriots. The guy's a player. He's a good special teamer. He's a good kick returner. Gunnar Olszewski, 2 touchdowns tonight, plus 10,000. Sprinkle a couple bucks on it. My safer prop, I told you I love Dawson Knox tonight. Dawson Knox anytime touchdown. I like him to score. I think he's going to get in the end zone. Bonus NBA props. Still just getting my feet wet a little bit in the NBA. The season just started, trying to figure out who's who and what's what. Pistons Hawks over 223 points. Trae Young, he's a scoring machine. This is the home opener for the Hawks. I think this is going to be a very high-scoring game. Pistons can put up points too. They're 0-2, but they've been competitive in their game so far. I like this over 223. I like it a lot over 223. Damian Lillard over 27.5 points tonight against the Lakers. Again, we got a back-to-back situation. I don't think LeBron is going to play. He's questionable with ankle soreness. I think he's going to sit. He loves to sit. Anthony Davis did not play yesterday. I think he will be back tonight. I think it's a thing where they're resting stars, but I think Anthony Davis comes back. LeBron doesn't. Damian Lillard goes off a little bit. The Blazers really thought they were going to be able to get one over on the Lakers last year in the playoffs. They won the first game, and then the gentleman's sweep, if you will. So I think Damian Lillard goes off tonight. I think he has over 30 points. Those are the 2 bonus NBA props I really like. The locks for tonight. Sean, Cam Newton over 40 rushing yards. Makes me a little bit nervous. Now, he did have a lot of rushing yards that first game against the Bills, but I think we're looking at 2 different teams. But hey, like I said, Sean is on fire. You might want to listen to him instead of me, because he's trending. He is trending up. I'm trending down. He's got 3 locks for you tonight. Cam over 40 yards rushing. Gonzaga minus 40.5. He's given that to us as a lock. A 40-point spread in a basketball game. Unbelievable. Nets, Grizzlies under 226. These are his 3 locks. We'll see. Can he stay hot tonight? We're going to find out. Stevie player props. He's given us 2. Bills to cover. Right now, I think it's at 7 points, like I said. But he said he'll take it 7 or 7.5. And Josh Allen scored a touchdown. I like both of them. I like the Bills tonight minus 7, minus 7.5. I'll take them either way. I think they cover that spread. I just don't think that the Patriots have the firepower to be able to hang with this team. The Bills are peaking right now. They look excellent. They look like they are easily the second best team in the AFC. We'll see what happens tonight, though. It's a divisional game. Sometimes you got to throw the records out when that happens, but I don't think tonight's that night. Also, micro fade of myself right now. I loved the Nets -4 tonight. That was this morning. Katie and Kyrie are out. Can't take them wrong. This is where you fade yourself. They are at +2.5 right now. The Nets have a very good roster, even without those two players. In fact, they have a roster that could hang with almost anybody, probably. Anybody in the East, that is. Even without those two players, they can be competitive with any team in the East. The Grizzlies are not a great team. They're not a bad team, but they're not a great team. I think that the Nets can still end up pulling this off, and I think that this is the exact fade that you need. This is the fade that I need to get out of the slump that I'm in. Those are my locks tonight. Bills -7, Nets +2.5. We are going back to the basics. We're going Wild Turkey 101. We're going PBR. We are going to get out of this slump tonight. We're going to win some money. The Bills are going to handle business. The Nets are going to handle business. What can you do? What can you do? You can't always win. I've been on hot streaks this year, and unfortunately what happens is you start feeling yourself a little bit. You start feeling real good. You think you can do no wrong. You get a little bit cocky. You start making silly bets. We got to reel it in. We got to make the smart bets, the smart plays. Get out of your own head. Stop thinking you know everything. Fade yourself. Fade the public. Fade everybody. Sometimes a little fade is all you need. And that's what we're going to do tonight, and we are going to win some money. Oh, it is I said this weekend is a very bittersweet time. NFL regular season's coming to an end. Thank God for the NBA and bowl season. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. All right. To the Bills and the Nets, they will handle business tonight. All right. I love you guys. I'll be back on Thursday. Quick tip, Wednesday night, take Penn State. Thursday we'll be back. We got Sixers basketball. We got no football on Thursday night, no NFL on Thursday night. Got a lot of NBA. We'll be talking about it then. I love you guys. Like, share, subscribe.